right, we are catching up with the NBA 2K community, talking about NBA 2K21, and we have Pretty Loves Pink in the house. Welcome back to the show. Love having you on, as always.
Yes, I love being here. Thank you for thinking of me.
Now, Pink, we talked last at the launch party of NBA 2K20, so tell the fans what you've been up to since then.
Los Angeles. Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Morris.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Here are the five for the Raptors. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Ibaka in at center, locking down the middle. And for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the one.
And this is what you want on both ends, to win the battle of effort.
And that's exactly what you can control, right? Your desire, your hustle, your will to succeed.
Two outstanding teams we're going to see moments from now, Doris.
And Kevin, this is not just a regular season game on the schedule. The fans are ready for this. The players understand. Listen, we've got two quality teams, potentially could meet in the postseason.
That was worth the price of admission.
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court, he makes a lot of noise.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You two.
And here are the Raptors now. Lowry passes to Ibaka. In the corner, it's VanVleet. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. And the rejection by Ibaka.
Boy, great extension from Ibaka. His length always a factor.
And it's Beverly missing.
Well, he's a quality, though.
Right side Lowry. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Lets it go from the wing. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Well, just so good at taking advantage of the mid-range. Marcus Morris feels comfortable in that area.
Stolen by George. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Morris with the ball.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Ibaka finds Siakam. It's hauled in by the Clippers. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, they knew exactly how to approach that defense. They shot a fantastic percentage because they got quality looks. Guys, how about the journey of the Raptors' Nick Nurse? So well traveled before taking the head job in Toronto. This guy has shown his worth. In his first season as a head coach in the NBA, it translates to a title. Absolutely incredible.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for Morris. Williams, he's checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Marc Gasol is checked in for Ibaka. Hollis Jefferson comes in for OG Anunoby. Norman Powell's checked in for Fred VanVleet. Davis is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. And Coach Nick Nurse paid some dues, Doris, before his turn as head coach of this Toronto team.
Well, think about it. Early in his career, he's a player coach in the British Basketball League. Then he goes and establishes a G League franchise in his home state of Iowa. Then to lead that team to a title in 2011, join another G League team for the Raptors and win a title in 2013. Really an incredible journey, guys.
Shamet the pass to Williams. Count that one.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. On the wing, Davis, guarded by Jackson. Siakam outside. Powell against Williams. 5 to shoot. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That is his first foul of the game. And Toronto making a change here. Boucher is checked in. And the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 5. Toronto needs to get off a shot. And another basket for Toronto.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Shamet on the wing. Fires from the line. He's off on that one. Now Toronto takes it the other way. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Yeah, and defensively, boy, did they trust one another. Communicated well and just made it very difficult to get good looks in that one.
You knew they were on a string all night on the defensive end, and it always helps when someone got caught out of position, help was on the way.
Leonard with the steal. Now, here's Shamet. Can't hit from in close. Pascal Siakam getting it done for the Toronto Raptors. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014.
My inspiration really came from my mother, her dealing with.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
Recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. What do you guys think about the Raptors here in this one?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. Powell is out there with Davis, and it's Marc Gasol, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3. From deep, Williams, good on the three-point shot. Williams has got 7 points in the game.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Well, Kawhi Leonard still one of the hardest working players in the league, active on the offensive glass there.
Out to the right wing. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Powell, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Jackson against Davis. Pass to Shamet. The kick out to Williams. Williams with another miss.
Terrific closeout there to challenge the 3.
It may be the hardest thing to do in basketball. Close under control, and he's more than up to the task.
Here's Powell. The Clippers grab the miss. Here's Green. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Here's Boucher. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
Some power coming from the PG.
Ah, that's right, GA. Seeing more and more of that these days. Backcourt guys who can elevate.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
You've always been wowed by the athleticism in the NBA, but it seems to be becoming even more athletic. And certain guys get it done, Doris, in different ways.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of examples, Kev, of guys who don't have or are not blessed with incredible athleticism, but who have found a way to be successful. Nikola Jokic is a first-team NBA player who plays very much below the rim. And then you look at certain shooters who can affect the game. J.J. Redick, he is impossible to guard because he's one constant stream of movement. So, listen, if you have great skill for your position, without athleticism, you can still find a way to have a job in this NBA.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the third time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Jackson looking it over. Passes it to Morris. Latrey. Rebound by Kyle Lowry.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Anunoby. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Boucher's shot is off.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Pass to Jackson. Lets it go with a three. But they get it back. Zubac. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the game right now. Siakam is checked in for Toronto. 20 seconds left in the first half of basketball. To the inside. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
The vertical of OG Anunoby. Go ahead, sir. Finish with authority.
With 4 seconds on the clock. Good work defensively by Morris. The Clippers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. Free throw good for Morris.
You know, there's a toughness and an energy about Marcus Morris that elevates any team he plays for. This guy is an incredible teammate.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by court. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K. What a start it was for Pascal Siakam. He had 11 points and 1 rebound. And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. Pascal Siakam, guys, really making a difference here.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
It felt like his work on the interior really gave this offense a boost. Let's see if he can dominate the rest of the way.
We've got Kawhi Leonard. Ivica Zubac, who's out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Pascal Siakam, the efficiency, the willingness to go ahead and pile up some points. Nicely done here.
And Siakam throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Out of Cameroon, Pascal Siakam drastically improved last year, Doris. Is he the prototypical modern power forward?
He is, Kevin, and there's a few reasons why. The guy can rip and run. He can space the floor. He is switchable on the perimeter defensively. He can go inside, outside. Everything you want in terms of versatility, Pascal Siakam brings to the table.
Lowry with the ball. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. Back to Ibaka. Stolen by Zubac. Here's Leonard. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, Paul George putting the size and the length that he possesses to be an effective force on the glass. Nice.
Van Vliet kicks to Siakam. To the paint. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Zubac the pass to George. Connects from three-point range. George has got his second bucket tonight.
Well, you love how Paul George gets his feet under him first on these catch and shoot. His pre-shot routine is so important.
Comes up empty down low.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Landry Shamet's checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for Patrick Beverly, and Toronto will go for a different look here. Marc Gasol's checked in for Ibaka. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson comes in for OG Anunoby. Norman Powell's checked in for Fred VanVleet. Davis is subbed in for Kyle Lowry.
Well, the increased playmaking ability of Pascal Siakam on display. Pretty pass.
Well, the Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer, he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
Powell with the steal. And here's the fast break. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto last season, Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23. He has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. After winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. And it's Davis missing. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
A nice shot by George.
Simply crushing it right now. So much more accurate in the second half than he was in the first.
Now the pass to Gasol. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Raptors lead by 4.
Well, Marc Gasol, 7'1". That's an easy one.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Fast break, Toronto. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Gasol's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
I'll tell you, Siakam has the ability to intimidate offensive players. How about that one? Send it back.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
For Los Angeles, they have looked good at the line. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Here's Davis. His 3-pointers off the mark. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Raptors lead by 4. And we'll be back with you right after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. So for Toronto right now, Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Fred VanVleet out there with Lowry, and it's Powell in at the small forward.
This is an important part of Pascal Siakam's game. Get into your mid-range, catch your rhythm.
Jackson kicks to Beverly. And a deep three from George. It's rebounded by Gasol.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
And there it is for them. And the Raptors lead by 8.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
And here's Jackson. Now George. Shoots over Powell. The shot by George, no good.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Clippers making a switch here. Zubac is checked in. Then for the Raptors, Serge Ibaka. He's checked in for Gasol. And OG Anunoby subbed in for Powell.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
Wasted no time on that one. Toronto leading by 7. It's stolen by Green. It's George on the wing, covered by VanVleet. From deep, gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
You know, you have to like that he's still getting quality touches and delivering now after getting blanked in the first half.
And Toronto turns it over again. Leonard, he's checked in for Green. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Just 5 on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Beverly, and a little luck that time, but it drops. Beverly's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, coaches might discourage that kind of look, but he'll take it anyway.
Lowry against Beverly. Here's Ibaka. Offensive rebound. Tries again. That's good on the jump shot. And the Raptors lead by 4.
Oh, Kev, how about the experience that Ibaka brings? He's able to be comfortable in any situation.
Anunoby passes to Lowry. Ibaka against Morris. And Ibaka kicks to Siakam. Ball's knocked loose. Now the Clippers moving it up. Beverly with the ball. And here's the fast break. Siakam leading the way.
We have seen Pascal.
The coach's challenge has been issued. A game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
I think, guys, maybe what you appreciate most about Pascal Siakam is his versatility. He can score from a number of areas. He can guard multiple positions. There is a lot to like about this young man.
And the Raptors making a change here. Gasol's checked in. George, that's a two-pointer. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Kevin, Paul George loves delivering when the game is on the line at his absolute best.
Yes!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
And Greg, to me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Morris, no good. The Raptors have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
Beverly wide open. Rebound by the Raptors. They've led by as many as 11 points. Inside. And there's Lowry. That's good on the assist by Siakam. And the Raptors lead by 6. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's good! And now they trail by just 4.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Good work defensively by Morris. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
We are talking about a proficient, efficient scorer in Paul George. Go to work, sir.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
That's what you call slamming the door. This one is over.
Beverly for 3. Doesn't go that time. And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. This was a hard fought. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
body fluid and goaltend. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending.
just talked to Aerial Powers, and I hear that you're going to be in her tournament. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
We don't have any details yet, but I do know that Hazel's going to be a captain, and she asked me to be on her team. I don't know if I was supposed to be a secret or not, but everybody knows now I'm on Hazel's team, so look out for us in the Aerial Powers tournament coming up. The all-female tournament, by the way.
So what's your game plan going into this tournament?
Oh, I like to play.
Now it's ended. Well, I like that story, David, and a good attitude. Great job. Thank you so much. We're going to break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at Portland. Right now, they're on the outside looking in at the playoff seeds.
And right now for the Trailblazers, they had much bigger things in mind when the season started. They didn't think of themselves as a middle-of-the-road club, but right now, that's where they are.
I thought this might happen. Confidence can take you a long way, but you also have to have the talent to back it up.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Like Van Vliet out there with Lowry, and it's Anunoby in at the 3 spot. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the 3. Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to Memphis. An accomplished family for Anunoby. His father's a professor. His brother played pro football.
And OG Anunoby, he's put together like a football player himself. A powerfully built player for a wing.
5 on the clock. Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Now, here's Siakam. What a tremendous game he played against Utah. Shots good by Ibaka.
Oh, that's great awareness. That's a great pass. Credit Siakam and the work he's done to understand where everyone is in this offense.
Here's Lillard, following the score by Serge Ibaka. The 3 from Anthony sinks the triple.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Ibaka outside. Here's Anunoby, covered by Anthony. Anunoby kicks to Siakam. Ibaka right side. Siakam left side. Over Collins. Goes back up. Siakam trying to free himself up. Great D that time from Nurkic. Here's Anthony. Goes back up. It's deflected. Van Vliet looking around. Passes it to Ibaka. Here's Siakam. Deflects the pass. And there's the pass to Van Vliet. Rebounded by Anthony. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. McCollum outside. Shoots over Van Vliet. McCollum no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Here's Anunoby. Ibaka right side. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. And that one's good, Anthony.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Now here is Lowry. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Smitty, lately we're seeing more deep 3-pointers than ever before. Think you could step out to that 35-foot mark?
Hey, Kevin, I can step out there, but the question is, could I make them at a high percentage? And that's what's so beautiful now. You're seeing these guys step out further and further, but their percentage is higher and higher than it would be from others in my area shooting 35-footers. This is fantastic, but I do not want to see a 4-point line.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Marc Gasol is checked in for Ibaka. Norman Powell comes in for OG Anunoby. Davis is subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. Here's Simons. Second chance shot and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for him.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing. right now.
Greg, let's take a look at Nasir Little. More power and athleticism at this point than skill, wouldn't you say?
I mean, no doubt. As an amateur, he could rely on the physical gifts to dominate. But in the NBA, you have to be able to shoot and handle with confidence. I think Little will get there because he has a tremendous work ethic.
The Blazers on offense. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Here's Simons. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
First trip to the line for him here.
And Raptors president of basketball operations, Masai Ujiri, not just doing an amazing job in Toronto, he's also had a huge role in the growing of the game in Africa.
Growing up in Nigeria, he fell in love with the game of basketball, and he has worked his way up. Now he's given a hand back, building pathways for others to follow in his footsteps, bringing the development and leadership to the continent.
Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. You take a look at the Raptors. Right now, they've acquired the second-best record in the conference.
And for the Raptors, they've been on a tremendous run this season. All the pieces were in place coming into the year, and they haven't missed a beat. Great chemistry, great coaching, and potential to do some great things in the postseason.
Right. They knew teams would be gunning for them night in and night out. That's only fueled their commitment to putting a great product on the floor.
Here's Boucher. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Lasagna, the pass to Simons. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. So it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Toronto Raptors. They trail by 9 points. And now Portland on the break. Here's Little. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Powell, no one around him. That one wide left. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers. Ahead by 9 is the quarter. And let's listen to Pascal Siakam talking about the workout.
You come in every day. Guys in the gym every single day. So I used to think that I was always the hardest worker, but, you know, just coming.
And Greg, when everyone is working hard, it builds a chemistry.
And a culture. Kevin, winning teams all have it. It's not enough to be here. You want to win.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
This is where you credit the guys in the front office for going out and getting you the pieces you need.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. They've got Powell. He's out there with Davis. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Boucher in at the 4. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know, and if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, a Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole. Kevin, that's what made him. From Philly to Villanova to Toronto to an NBA champion.
I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you. Hollis Jefferson can't hit. Trailblazers leading by 14. Little passes to Simons. Little dishes to Whiteside. Trailblazers moving the ball around. From 17 feet out. Pass to Trent. Whiteside kicks to Little. Pass to Simons. Lock at 6. From outside, off the mark.
It's so hard to keep the defense honest when you miss wide open looks like that.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Passes it to Trent. From deep three-point range, kept alive. Fades. Right side, no good. Raptors trail by 12. Powell for 3. It's hauled in by Trent.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Money from the wing.
And the Raptors took some heat for parting ways with reigning Coach of the Year, Dwayne Casey. But his successor, Nick Nurse, guided this franchise to an NBA title.
Tremendous self-belief and determination. The only NBA head coach who was also a head coach in college, the G League, and overseas. He's been preparing for this for a long time.
Shoots. That one rolling around and rims out. Toronto, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Powell. Another shot. Here's Boucher. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
This is who you want leading that play. A sure passer with great awareness.
And it's a completely new group for Toronto. The Trailblazers have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Steve, we're seeing more and more teams turn to high motion offense with a lot of passing, a lot of movement. What makes those systems, do you think, successful in today's game?
I think when you're in constant movement, especially with the rules where you can't grab and clutch and touch, it makes it hard for the defenders to keep guys in front of them. And it's hard to switch defensively when you have a team always in motion.
Here's Anunoby, following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Here's Siakam. A reverse. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Anthony's got 4 rebounds in this game. And a wide open look for McCollum, and it's off from 3-point range.
Still trying to find the range. He hit one in the first quarter. Nothing since.
The Raptors shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
You know, he's a tough kid who comes from a tough town, Philadelphia. You just love Lowry's spirit and his fight.
Jusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Portland. Now here's Lillard, who's coming off a 25-point game against Memphis.
And not only was he creating for himself, he was setting up teammates with good shots.
Here's Anthony. They lead by 17. Kicks it out to Collins. Nurkic the pass to Collins. Anthony right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Van Vliet. And the Raptors miss again.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
That's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Seven seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Lillard. Can't cash in from a high post. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. I'll look at... Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They are way out in front, leading by 17. Kenny, what did you see from them?
Well, the bench came in and helped.
And that'll do it for...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Nasir Little. He's been playing really well.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. And it's Anthony in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Lowry kicks to Van Vliet. And the layup's good off the glass.
If you let Serge get looks in there, he's going to shoot him for a very high percentage.
And only 6 feet tall in shoes, Fred VanVleet's not the biggest, but his toughness, his toughness, mentally and physically, is unquestioned.
And Kevin, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, gave him that perspective. Friends and family gone too soon. Basketball was the path to something better.
Siakam, good.
You know, with Siakam, it's not just his size. It's his agility that allows him to succeed in the painted area.
Lillard outside. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Here's the three, and the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. Raptors trail by 15. VanVleet with it. No points in the game yet for him. Ibaka in the post. He's guarded by Nurkic. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And in recent seasons, we've seen Serge Ibaka involved in some extracurricular. He get a little chippy out there.
Yes, indeed. Last season, he had a 3-game suspension. Penalties can escalate for repeat offenders, something he's got to be aware of.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson comes in for OG Anunoby. And it's Powell in for Fred VanVleet. Lillard, the pass to Whiteside. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Here's Hollis-Jefferson. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Nice pass. Not really known as a natural facilitator, but Ibaka has the experience at this point to execute these plays.
Raptors trail by 12. And it's Lowry penetrating. Shoots over Lillard. Again, Toronto.
You know, I have to say, that's about as smooth as you can do it. Fantastic turnaround.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Here's Collins, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
The feed to Lowry, and stolen by Whiteside. Fast break, here come the Trailblazers. Anthony leading the charge.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Simons is checked in, and then for Toronto, Marc Gasol's checked in for Ibaka. Davis is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. 1:43 left to play in the third. Back to Davis, fires the three, drills the three-pointer.
And I don't think anyone knew that Siakam would be this kind of playmaker coming out of New Mexico. In fact, I can almost guarantee it.
Here's Trent, guarded by Powell. The pass to Anthony. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
It's amazing. All night he's been out of sync on the offensive end, yet they continue to lead.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's Simons. He's guarded by Davis. And it's Simons missing. Raptors trail by 8. The shot by Powell, no good.
He liked to have that one back. That's easy money.
To the middle, here's Whiteside. Gasol with the defensive effort.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
And that one's good by Davis. Davis has got 5 points now this quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Anthony looking it over. Pass to Simons. And he can't stop the run as he misses. And here's the break. Here's Hollis Jefferson up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And now just a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
Yeah, and how about the stick-to-itiveness on that possession? Stayed with it, didn't give up until the ball was in the basket.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Trailblazers lead by 4. From Portland, we're back in a moment. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. Right, Van Vliet out there with Davis, and it's Marc Gasol, and it's Boucher in at the power forward. And that one drops for him.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
And I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. Poor communication defensively.
And Toronto making a change here. Ibaka's checked in. McCollum outside. Shoots over Van Vliet. And the basket by McCollum. And the Trailblazers lead by 4. Down low. And he takes the feed in stride. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. And Lowry gets it to go.
A threat from anywhere on the floor. Lowry does it with skill, and he does it with toughness.
Anthony kicks to McCollum from outside the arc. The rebound by Ibaka.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off. And not efficient in that first half, but they have really picked it up here. The shots that weren't falling earlier are finally finding the bottom of the net.
Here's Lillard. Nice touch on the bank shot.
And he can score from all over the court, but Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area, but sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
Anunoby passes to Ibaka. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take. So both teams changing it up here. Portland's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Lillard attacking. No good on the shot. And Toronto will come the other way. Lowry with the ball. Lillard picks him up. And Siakam throws it down.
I'll tell you, Siakam's earned these opportunities. He can get you buckets when you really need them.
Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Trent can't hit. Toronto leading by 3. Here's Anunoby, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
Pass to Lowry. Here is Ibaka. Outside Lowry. Launches it. Here's Siakam. Back to Ibaka. Outside Lowry. From beyond the arc and then some. And now a 9-point Raptor lead.
Did you see where Kyle Lowry pulled up from on that 3? Talking about playing with confidence.
Outside Anthony. There's a minute 34 left in the game. Back to Lillard. There's the dish to Anthony. It's stolen by Lowry. And now Siakam pushing it up and no one back to stop him.
The quickness of Kyle Lowry getting them out and running.
Not a lot of time left for the Trailblazers in this one. Lillard outside. Passes to Whiteside to end the run. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And so Ibaka, he'll bring it up for the Raptors.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Toronto.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47.
And bragging rights between these teams were on the line today, and they put in some very good work to earn it.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Pascal Siakam.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Pushing the action, Whiteside catches the defender a little out of position and draws the foul.
Both teams will make substitutions. He doesn't get the second one. Here's Boucher. On the wing, Davis uncovered, and the shot goes in. Davis has got the lead up to 13 now for the Raptors.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
You okay?
Of course, always.
So, Pink, last year, I remember we talked about the WNBA coming to NBA 2K for the first time. I can confirm that it's back in NBA 2K21. What are some things you'd like to see to improve on the WNBA inclusion?
I would like to see, like, people that are not my size look so short. Like, I remember Erica Willer. I remember playing with her. She looked like, really small. Other than that, I would like to see some dunks. I know that has to, come.
And just about to get underway as the starting fives have been. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. Taking a look at Toronto, they're second in the conference and looking to finish strong heading into the playoffs.
And for the Raptors, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
Here are the five for the Raptors. Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Fred VanVleet out there with Lowry, and it's Anunoby in at the three, the small forward. And for the Mavericks, they've got Curry. He's out there with Doncic. Hardaway is out there with Porzingis, and it's Finney-Smith in a power forward position. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Lowry. Gets a very good look and converts. Well, toward the end of the season, some players hit a wall. Others come alive. They can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but that energizes them. What can a guy do to keep improving till the season's end?
Well, I think it starts first with mindset, Kevin. Staying ready, which means you have to be diligent about staying in shape, getting your extra work in if you're not getting the reps in games. Stay even-keeled emotionally. You can't get too high or too low. Keep that professional perspective. I'm a pro. I'm doing what I've always dreamed of doing. I'm getting paid well to do it, and I'm going to focus on getting better each day.
Excellent perspective.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Now here's Porzingis, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Toronto with the ball. Now Lowry. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Utah. And the Raptors miss again. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Last time they came together was in Toronto, where they fell to the Raptors.
And they lost a close one last time they saw each other. And you have to think that it was the foul trouble that really kept them from getting the win.
And, as you said, Greg, when you are in foul trouble, it makes you less aggressive defensively. And when that's the case, it's hard to offer the kind of resistance that you need to. That was in the back of the mind, the foul trouble they were in.
Misses from close range.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's Siakam. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. No reason to back off and give him the layup. Much better off making him go to the line.
And the most improved player in the league last season, Pascal Siakam, got better in every statistical category.
Here's Finney-Smith. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Denver. Hardaway passes to Porzingis. Here's Finney-Smith. No good that time. Good D by Siakam. And it's those diamond-in-the-rough players that so often elevate the top teams. And, Greg, that's what the Raptors found in Pascal Siakam.
No doubt. The 27th pick back in 2016. Now a full-time starter on a rookie contract, just over $2 million this season. He is due for a big race.
Shots good by Ibaka.
And offensively, Ibaka's been spending more time out on the perimeter, but watching him work inside there, you realize that may still be his bread and butter. And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, a little disorganized that time, and the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Guys, there has to be better rim protection than that, though. Not very good.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And the dunk by Doncic.
Porzingis has no problem giving the ball up. This is just the kind of unselfishness you like to see.
Van Vliet. No good on the triple. Mavericks trail by 4. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. No good on the 3. The Raptors have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Lowry against Doncic. Now here's Lowry. D right on him. Shot clock at 6. Here's Van Vliet. Curry with some nice D.
He is 0 for his last however many this quarter, guys. Might need to get him out and let him.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Raptors get it back. Gasol kicks to Powell. And he's good on the 3 ball.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Marjanovic finds Doncic.
Well, you look at Luka Doncic, and the one skepticism scouts had was his athleticism or lack thereof. And I think he's proven that's not necessary to be a great basketball player. And he's only getting better as he works with NBA trainers.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
To the middle. It's stolen by Marjanovic. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Pulls up from the corner. Toronto grabs the miss.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Doncic buries the long-range jumper. Doncic has got 13.
Guys, Doncic has great shooting mechanics, and he can knock it down from deep or just about from anywhere on the court.
Pascal Siakam getting it done for the Toronto Raptors. He knocked. Now a veteran in the NBA, Serge Ibaka, talked about his.
I like to do all those little things when up.
And Ibaka, Greg, a great complimentary player.
And you like his combination of size and skill, able to impact the game at both ends on a high level.
We welcome you back to Noche Latino. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And from what we've seen so far from the Raptors guys, your thoughts?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So the Raptors 5 right now. We've got Hollis Jefferson. Davis is out there with Norman Powell, and it's Marc Gasol, and it's Boucher in at the 4-man position. Burke with it, Gasol covering, and good that time. Burke's got the lead up to 1 now for the Mavs.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the reasons Toronto was able to win the NBA championship was the astronomical improvement from Pascal Siakam, who was recognized as the league's most improved player. It was the dream of Pascal's late father that he reached this level. His determination to make that reality has brought him a long way from home. Kevin?
It has indeed, D.A. Great story, and thank you.
You know, with Dirk Nowitzki retiring last season after a remarkable 21 years with the Mavericks, they are starting afresh, a new era, hoping budding superstar Luka Doncic can carry that mantle, and I think he's off to a great start in doing so.
And it's in there. Mavericks leading by 3, inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. They get Marc Gasol. And you think of everything that Dirk Nowitzki has meant to the Mavericks. Clark, one team for his entire career.
An iconic Hall of Famer. You talk about 14 All-Star appearances and league MVP, 6th all-time in scoring. Most importantly, the franchise's first and only title in 2011.
Barea, the pass to Curry. Here's Marjanovic, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Puts up a 3. Doesn't go for him. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Yeah, and that one, they caused a lot of misfires with their intensity on the defensive end.
And the hustle they showed on that end was infectious, contagious. I mean, their squad really got after it.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
Dallas again turning it over. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for him.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
And Greg, as many expected, Porzingis getting a huge deal from Dallas to keep him a Mav for a long time.
Mavs feel he can be better than he was before the injury. Love the idea of pairing him long-term with Doncic. Sign him to a lengthy and sizable deal to be the core of their future.
Right wing. Siakam kicks to Ibaka. Back to Siakam. Just 4 to shoot. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Outside Hardaway. Passes it to Marjanovic. Outside Porzingis. Back to Marjanovic. It's stolen by Ibaka. It's stolen by Curry. To the paint. Here's Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Ibaka, the pass to Siakam. Right side Curry. And he makes that one. And now a 4-point Dallas lead.
Nice body control by Seth Curry. I mean, he's so good at fending off defenders on the way up.
Ibaka tries to save it out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. Luka Doncic comes in for Curry, and the Raptors also making a change. Gasol's checked in. He kicks it to Ibaka. Back to Gasol. Porzingis with the steal. Here's Doncic. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Doncic has got the lead up to 6 now for Dallas.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Now, I don't know if this field goal percentage is sustainable, but if they can stay close to what they've done in shooting the ball, they'll run away with this one.
Here's Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
And that's it for the first half of
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sport. Luka Doncic had a huge first quarter. He ended up with 15 points and
we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Well, you know, in that first half, it was a common occurrence. He got to the stripe time and time again.
Doncic out there with Curry. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney Smith in at the 4. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Lowry finds Ibaka, plays it up and banks it in. Ibaka's got his second basket of the night. Zone defense, Clark, being played now by a lot of teams. It's amazing that even with that, the point totals just continue to run.
And you know what? I attribute the point totals continuing to rise to a couple of things. One, the volume of three-point shots that are being taken. And I think teams are playing at a little faster pace universally. You don't see as much walking the ball up the floor as I think you may have seen in years past.
And the Raptors with the ball. Dallas leading by 5. On its way from Curry for 2. And Doncic is right there. Doncic has got 20.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Here's Ibaka. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Pulls up. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And now a 9-point Maverick lead.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Dallas making a switch here. Lights checked in. A new group in now for the Raptors. Boucher is checked in. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Pascal Siakam. Powell, he's checked in for OG Anunoby. Davis is subbed in for Fred VanVleet. Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession. Burke, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. And right, here we go. And the upcoming schedule for the Mavericks. On Saturday, it'll be the Phoenix Suns coming into town. And then on Monday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Here's Boucher, banked in off the glass. Boucher's got 6.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
And they're able to recover. Shot clock at 5. Lowry from outside. Porzingis with the rebound. Here are the Mavericks now. They're on a 13-4 run right now. And Finney Smith gets it to go. Finney Smith's got the lead up to 13 now for the Mavs. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Drops in the layup for 2. Boucher's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
And Wright kicks to Burke. Dallas moving it around. Here's Doncic. Another three for Dallas.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game. And don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Pass to Finney-Smith from past the arc. They get the rebound. Right for three. Toronto grabs the miss. Boucher's got his 4th rebound in this one. Back to Powell. Fires for three. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. A putback. It's good on the putback.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with him. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 3rd assist on the night. Porzingis passes to Wright to the inside. Here's Doncic. Got a hand on it. Doncic with the steal. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis. Porzingis has got 6 in the quarter.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots. Playing smart with the lead.
Dallas leading by 16. There's the pass to Burke. Doncic feeling it out. And he hits the jump shot. Doncic has got 12 points in just the second half.
Boy, Luka Doncic, such an all-around skill set. I mean, the defense having a real hard time containing him tonight.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
From deep. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We've got more in store for you right after this. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense too, Greg. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Setting the floor for the Raptors. We've got Ibaka. Powell is out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Marc Gasol. And it's Siakam in at the small forward. Here's VanVleet. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from three-point range, I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
Cleveland. Here's Marjanovic. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Hardaway's checked in for Dallas. Anunoby, he's checked in for Toronto. Lowry comes in for Norman Powell. Clark, who are a few under-the-radar guys who really get it done scoring the ball at that forward position?
Well, I tell you what, a couple of names that come to mind. Bojan Bogdanovic, outstanding scorer. Gallinari, and then John Collins, the young fellow down in Atlanta. Those three guys are all a little bit undervalued as scorers.
Lowry kicks to Gasol. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Zinkas, he's checked in for Marjanovic. And Doncic is subbed in for J.J. Barea.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And, you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Siakam with it. He's picked up by Doncic. And the shot will not go from Anunoby. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Kleba, covered by Siakam. Curry outside, traps in the tray.
He's gaining more and more confidence over time from deep. Seth Curry proving he's got touch from out there.
Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's on Porzingis.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
Here's Doncic, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. Doncic has got 14 points here in the second half. Anunoby passes to Siakam, and it goes out of bounds. That went off Porzingis. To the wing on the left. Siakam kicks to Van Vliet. The drive by Lowry. Here's Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got his 4th assist in this one.
And, you know, Lowry looks to set up his open teammates beautifully. Nice dime there, and it really keeps the team tied together nicely.
To the middle. Gasol passes to Van Vliet. Back to Gasol. Makes it off the glass. Gasol's got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, the confidence of Gasol on the block is really impressive to see. I mean, once he gets good positioning, he goes right to work.
And Maxi Kleber is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And here's Gasol outside. Knocks down the 3-ball.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And, Greg, that kind of deficit, I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they've got to get aggressive on defense. They need stops. And then you got to take care of the basketball at the other end so you get a good shot every trip.
Hardaway finds Curry. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Can't be too aggressive when guarding Seth Curry because he's good at attacking and drawing fouls.
Dallas making a switch here. Finney-Smith's checked in. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. Van Vliet with the bucket.
And the defense no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
Doncic dishes to Hardaway. Back to Doncic. Lets it go from deep. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. 32 points for Luka Doncic.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Mavericks.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40.
And with the win here tonight, they break the 1-1 season series tie up to this point. So I think they have to be very pleased with a 2-1 winning record this year against Toronto.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Luka Doncic.
Boy, he was absolutely relentless at the offensive end, guys. Smelled blood and went for it. You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
Anunoby kicks to Siakam. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. 6 on the shot clock. Anunoby passes to Gasol. Basket counts.
And through the years, he's become very confident in that shot. Gasol's almost better from mid-range than he is in tight. That's a great weapon for a 7-footer to have.
And Finney-Smith gets it to go.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be...
unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Now, you started an amazing group, Ball Like Her. Talk more about that.
Yes, Ball Like Her is basically a safe place for all women gamers from all walks of life. You know, women supporting women, empowering women to do, streaming, create content without a fear of, oh, you're a girl, you can't play video games, or go get in the kitchen, or the crazy things that we hear on a day-to-day basis. It's basically a safe place. So for any women gamers,
Patrick Beverly. And
for a long time.
And the game is going global. You're right. Thank you, D.A. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Morris.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 4 spot. And for the Raptors, Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. And VanVleet out there with Lowry. And it's Anunoby in at the 3, the small forward. With the playoffs around the corner, Brent, some teams already making vacation plans. Talk about the disappointment that those kinds of teams are feeling right now.
Yeah, you start the beginning of training camp with ideas of wanting to play into the postseason, and you know the realization of that goal is not going to be met. And what you want to do is remember your opportunity as a player, Kevin, to go out and still compete. You might not be back with the team that you're playing the end of the season with, the last 10 games. Maybe you're somewhere else. But there are teams, as we've always said, still watching you. And so don't ever get away from the idea of the competition as the season winds down.
They always say the eye in the sky doesn't lie. Everything is on tape, right? I mean,
yeah, and they are assessing how it is that you approach that, because you show your stripes when things are not going well. What kind of character do you have?
Here's Anunoby. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Ibaka, no luck.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
And Ibaka slams it in.
Yeah, leaving nothing to chance there. Ibaka goes up strong and finishes with a little attitude.
The Clippers again turning it over. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. VanVleet passes to Siakam. He kicks to Lowry. Back to Siakam. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Hits it from three-point range.
That's a really nice stroke. Paul George set up nicely. Great release. And big-time shot there.
Lowry deciding where to go with it here. Reverses. And he lays it up and in.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
And the Toronto Raptors knew in trading for Kawhi Leonard that he might not stick around. Even after his decision returned to his hometown of Los Angeles, Greg, the Raptors have to feel good about the way it all worked out for him.
Kevin, the first championship in franchise history, and now they set about working their way back to the mountaintop. Some talented young players and quality vets, not to mention an outstanding front office. I think it'd be a mistake to count them out.
And the Raptors with the ball after the basket by Los Angeles. And yes, it's good.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
And that one's good. Beverly.
The strength from Patrick Beverly is impressive. Takes the punishment. I don't think he minds it one bit and still converts.
Here's Anunoby. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Working his way for a high percentage look. That's just smart basketball.
And that's a painted possession right there, a masterpiece, especially when the defense is not a factor.
Ibaka, no luck.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. George trying to break free. Leonard, no luck. And so VanVleet will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Siakam kicks to Ibaka. Lowry against Beverly. Siakam outside. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. 6 points for Siakam.
And that's what makes Lowry a great floor leader. Just unselfish in his attitude and great awareness of how to keep his teammates involved.
Now, here's Zubac. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game, and it's Beverly missing.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Van Vliet passes to Ibaka. Siakam left side. Shot clock at 6. Here's Van Vliet, and he uses the glass on the layup.
That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot.
Passes it to George. Takes a 3. Los Angeles with another miss. The pass to Anunoby from deep three-point range, and they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. It's the Raptors up 4. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. And Serge Ibaka talked about his skill set, and how it complements Kyle Lowry in passing.
Bringing my defense toughness.
And really, Ibaka is a seasoned veteran now, a terrific role player known for his defense.
And Ibaka knows his role and plays it well.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What do you guys think about the Raptors here in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Landry Shamet is out there with Morris. Then it's Williams. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Green in at the center position.
He's going to punish you, Kevin, if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you. Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Morris dishes to Green. Here's Shamet. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open. And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
Toronto trailing. Right side Davis. Powell gets to Gasol. Raptors get it back. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. They need this. And again, Toronto no up.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
And that one good. Shamet's got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers. Toronto shooting 43% from the field. And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
Yep, that one goes.
All the way to the bucket, no resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
Outside, Davis. Powell with it, guarded now by Jackson. Boucher passes to Powell. And here's Gasol outside. Rebound by Williams. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 10-2 run here. And it's Shamet missing. Toronto's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Powell, the pass to Boucher. Lays it up off the glass. Boucher's got it all tied up now for the Raptors.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And he's able to get it back. Morris kicks to Williams. Shoots the three. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Boucher's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Golden State Warriors. Here's Jackson. It's tipped. Here's Boucher. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Hollis Jefferson passes to Boucher. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Now it's a 4-point Toronto lead.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
And it's a completely new group for Toronto. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Green. Leonard comes in for Morris. George is checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. Siakam misses. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Trailing by 2. Last time they met was in Toronto, where they beat the Raptors.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
It was definitely that defense that carried them to that huge win that night. You have to figure they'll be primed to wreak even more havoc here in this one.
And the Raptors shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. Pass to Siakam. Leonard with the steal. And George, here we go. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
George in there just gliding through and makes a nice move on the drive.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. 8 seconds left in the second quarter. Lowry dishes to Ibaka. Off the mark from 16 feet out.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Clippers lead by 4.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break. Or third.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, can't tell you how a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were... And that's going to do it for us here.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. And Van Vliet out there with Lowry, and it's Ibaka in at the center. Back to Beverley, kicks it out to Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. From deep, George. A shot off that time, so the Raptors will take it the other way. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Hits the 3-point bomb. And it's 9 points for Siakam. Greg, you suited up for 6 teams in your NBA career. What do you think about some of the front offices that you came across during that playing time?
I think when you find a front office, when you move from franchise to franchise, is what it is that they value most. And there were some franchises, quite frankly, Kevin, that I played for where they just wanted you to show up on time, get there, play the game, and leave. Those franchises end up having a lot of struggle to find some footing in the league. They also find trouble finding attraction from free agency because people understand the culture just isn't there. There are other teams that do so many other things well, Kevin. You feel so much more valued as a player throughout your course of your career. Those are the places that end up sticking with you. And I think the league is doing a great job from top to bottom, moving in that direction. Now, some are doing it better than others. That will always be the case. But the idea around finding more completeness for what it is you provide a player is a great thing for everyone.
Ibaka, no luck. Clippers leading by 5. George, no good. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Anunoby kicks to Ibaka. And there's another turnover by the Raptors. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. Number 1, the Raptors.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Gasol comes in for OG Anunoby. And Norman Powell subbed in for Fred VanVleet.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Here's Beverly. And that one hits back iron. Raptors trail by 5. Powell inside. He's covered by Shamet. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. And the Raptors with some changes. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Serge Ibaka. Davis is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Williams, he's checked in for the Clippers. Pass to Shamet. Over Siakam. And again, no good by the Clippers. The Raptors have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
And to have someone, Brent, with the size and the strength of Green play with the energy he does, it's a huge boost to any team.
Yeah, lots of talk last year about JaMychal Green really stepping into his own, starting to really own what it is he can do to impact any given game. He's a bit of a journeyman. He's traveled around a little bit between San Antonio and Memphis, but his role with the Clippers last year really put him in a nice spot for him to show off his skill set.
Here's Boucher. He's covered by Leonard. Boucher passes to Gasol. And just like his, and here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Here's Boucher. He's covered by Leonard. Gasol uses the glass to finish the layup. Gasol's got the game tied up here for Toronto.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
hard to deny Leonard when he gets in that close to the rim. Too many ways for him to get creative to score.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's covered by Shamet.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Jackson misses.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense, not really a factor.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
The Raptors have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. And that one falls, and that puts them up by 1 point. Los Angeles making a switch here. And so he makes both from the line. Poked away, and is out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession.
Well, somehow they kept possession of the ball after that poor pass. They should be very thankful that wasn't a turnover.
Williams for three, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Toronto ahead. They lead by 2. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Raptors. A 2-point game. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point guard position. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. And a chance now to look at the schedule coming up for the Toronto Raptors. On Saturday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons. And then on Monday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors.
And for their matchup with the Celtics, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire. Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Oh, wide open look here for Ibaka. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 3 assists tonight. Leonard looking over the floor. The shot by George, wide open. No good from outside.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only one so far in this game for him, and none since halftime.
Gasol dishes to Ibaka. Back to Gasol. And he banks in the layup. And the Raptors lead by 4.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Yeah, kind of tough on the defense when you let Beverly beat you on the inside. That can get his confidence going from the outside. So damage from the paint that time.
Got a piece of it. Here's Gasol. Then Gasol with the dunk.
And that kind of defense ain't going to get it done.
Gee, we don't see those kinds of dunks out of him all the time, but we know he's got it in.
Well, any guy can throw it down against air defending him. Plenty of room, so not so amazing. What does amaze me, though, is that no one came over to contest the play.
Anunoby, good.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting body on body.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That's foul number 2 for him. Siakam is checked in for Toronto. Kyle Lowry comes in for Davis. Leonard. Siakam pulls it in. Raptors leading by 6. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
There's Siakam. And there's the pass to Van Vliet. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. From deep, George. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there. Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
That one drops for him. 6 points for Marcus Morris.
This is where Morris can kill you. He's pretty much claimed that in-between game.
The shot's good.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players, Kevin, playing today can do.
And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
And Anunoby now top of the key. Toronto working the ball around now. Count it. And it's a 10-point Toronto lead.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And Beverly kicks to George. The Clippers rebound. Here's Zubac. That's short off the rim.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
And that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession. Ibaka goes in. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
And the defender overcommits a little bit. Ibaka too quick for him on that move. Earns a trip to the line.
He's perfect from the line this time. A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was?
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Wilt Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Wilt Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about Kevin when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West with the three-point line.
Can you imagine that?
You got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players, too, that also because of changes in rules and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different voice.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way they are now.
Absolutely.
Be unbelievable.
With the openness of the floor and what Michael could do, as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
Exactly.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Lowry with the ball. Pass to Van Vliet. Over Leonard. Can't connect.
And can you not love the tenacity of Leonard? One of the best defenders to enter the league in quite some time.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
RPM Tech benefits from stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
What's up, My Team fans? We have 2K TV My Team correspondent Blake here to tell us what the devs are saying. Blake, I know you've got some My Team news. Give it to us.
Yeah, what's up, Chris? What's up, Alexis? I've got some tidbits from the devs. One of the things that you'll be interested in, I know Evolution cards were big on the scene coming into 2K20.
And let's go straight over to David Aldred.
Blazers coach Terry Stotts had previous head coaching.
The players love him. Thank you, David. And here's a look at some numbers for Powell.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the small forward position. And for the Raptors, Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. And Van Vliet out there with Lowry. And it's Ibaka in at the 5, roaming the paint. Different styles of basketball, and we're talking about Coach of the Year here. What style of coach did you prefer to play for?
Well, I just wanted a coach that was honest, that held everyone accountable, and allowed us to get out and run. You want a coach that believes in the talent that he has and doesn't hamper anyone's skill set, doesn't hold anyone back based upon their offensive philosophy. The game is changing, so hopefully you have a coach that is flexible. Hopefully you have a coach that is forward-thinking, and you have a coach that says, let it fly. That might be the most important skill set of a coach, in my opinion. One that says, hey, you got an open shot, you better take it.
And here's Lowry, following the three-pointer by Carmelo Anthony. They get it back. And the shot goes in from Siakam.
Now, with all the intensity he plays with, boxing him out is a chore, a tough one.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Lillard finds Nurkic. McCollum outside, 6 to shoot. Jacks up a 3, and Anthony gets it to go on the assist by McCollum. And it's 6 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, Kevin, great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. I mean, a good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Now, here's Lowry. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Utah.
And also 3 steals, so he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side.
Siakam against Collins. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. It's getting late in the season. Let's see how the standings are out west. You take a look at the Trailblazers. Winding things down this season, they're in that all-important 9th position within striking distance of a playoff spot.
And for the Trailblazers, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're disappointed in that. I mean, they were hoping to take that next step.
Oh, great ball movement there.
One of the top 10 shooting guards in the NBA, C.J. McCollum. I mean, you wonder, though, would he be even better lined up as a point guard? I'm not sure. But his defense has been his shortcoming. At 6'3", his size is better suited for one.
Here's Lillard. Following the basket by Pascal Siakam. Lillard banked in off the glass.
And look at that. The touch of Lillard inside. So impressive. He's terrific at generating points.
Outside Lowry. Pass to Siakam. No good. Shot missing. Collins with some nice D. See what you think about McCollum as a point guard. His assists have dropped 3 seasons running.
Yeah, Kevin, but that's because his role on this team is to score. I mean, he's so skilled. He can get other guys involved, but you want him putting it in the bucket. Who's a better option than him besides Dame Lillard? On another team, though, with a chance to start at point guard, I wouldn't mind seeing that adjustment.
Here's Lowry after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Van Vliet passes to Siakam. Missed inside.
Man, when the ball's in his hands, that's as high percentage as it gets. It's just a fluke miss.
And Lillard throws it down.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
Now, here is Ibaka. Boy, he was something else against Utah. Siakam passes to Ibaka. Chalk up 2 there.
Yeah, high percentage look there for Ibaka. He can be automatic in there when given room.
Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Oh, man, they've built a monster lead here early on, and a lot of this is due to the game plan.
Here's Anunoby. He's been quiet so far, still no points in the game. Puts one up from 19, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
Now, here is Ibaka. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. And the shot goes in. 8 points for Siakam.
He's got the hot hand right now. As long as he can keep getting open.
Oh, look at him fly!
Get out the way!
It's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
Passes it to Anunoby. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. Simons surveying the D. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Great team play, so key to winning. Damian Lillard broke down the key.
Be a star in your role. You know, I think
knowing your role and playing it so well is so crucial.
Yeah, when everybody buys in and plays for one another, that's when teams play their best ball.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And the Trailblazers have really been rolling, haven't they?
They came in on a mission, razor-sharp offense in that first period.
Yeah, and now they got to find a way to keep it going, keep growing that lead.
Here are the five Portland has to start the second quarter. Hezonja at the 4 and Whiteside at the 5. Then it's Little, and it's Trent in at the 2-guard spot.
And 6 straight playoff appearances for the Blazers under Terry Stotts. Last season making the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, GA, and he was rewarded with the multi-year contract extension. He's done a great job developing their young players while also having them compete at a high level.
Powell for 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
And they pick up 2. Simons has got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here. Trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
Trent passes to Whiteside. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And Davis, here we go. And Davis throws it down.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, Kevin, you're right. They needed that. And I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
Good on the triple.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, and it's because of the looks they're getting. Their offense has created some great opportunities.
Down low, it's deflected. Shots good by Boucher.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Guys sometimes don't make it big when they first get on the scene. Late bloomers that have caught your eye right now in the league. Guys that have really picked up their game.
Well, how about D'Angelo Russell?
Good one,
Let's talk about getting traded, having to move at a young age. That really could be devastating for some players. So for him to have the skill set and the mental frame of mind to fight over that, I love it. And how about Julius Randle? I mean, I didn't see it coming. I knew he was a beast, but he's a beast.
You mean he's a beast?
Yeah, something like that.
That one, no good. Raptors trail by 14. Here's Gasol. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Anthony looking it over. Tries it from the top of the key, and the jumper is good. Anthony's got 10. And the Raptors with the ball. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
In that one, they owned the backboards. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
Yeah, if you can be that much better on the glass, you're going to win the game.
Shots good by Boucher.
Oh, man, challenging the defense inside with the pass. That's just good ball movement.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. Great look, but off the mark. And here's Gasol. He'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Down by 12. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. Powell, that's good.
Well, that's almost a sure thing when you leave him that wide open on the perimeter. I mean, that's his sweet spot.
Lillard with it. Powell's there. And that one's good. Lillard.
Even with the D giving him a lot of attention, he's still finding ways to light him up.
54 seconds left now here in the second. Powell, the pass to Gasol. And here is Davis. He's guarded by Nurkic. And Davis, here we go. 5 to shoot. The pass to Boucher. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And it's a completely new group for Toronto. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Collins checked in for Hezonja. Trailblazers leading by 11. Pass to Anthony from downtown. They get it again. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
His field goal percentage has dipped this quarter. I mean, his movement has to be better. He has to find the open spots on the floor.
Siakam kicks to Ibaka. Shoots over Nurkic. Ibaka, no luck. Here's Lillard. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. 14 points for Lillard.
Oh, you can't give any lane to the basket. Once Lillard sees it, he jumps all over.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He had 14 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Anunoby, and it's small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
One of the game's elite scorers and closers, Damian Lillard. With the game on the line, you know what time it is. It's Dame time.
He dishes it to Carmelo. Back to Lillard. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And Siakam throws it down.
Well, he's been as dependable as he always is. He can't do it all by himself, though.
Trailblazers leading by 11. Chris, you talk about degree of difficulty. Damian Lillard takes and makes some incredibly tough shots.
Well, Kevin, the percentages don't do him justice. I mean, off the dribble, contested, from deep. Lillard is always a threat.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Anthony. Nurkic dishes to Carmelo. Pass to Collins. Over Siakam. And it's denied.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And Siakam throws it down.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Kicks it out to Collins. Now here's McCollum. Tight defense on him. Shot by Collins, no good.
Only 1 for 5 to start the half. I mean, whatever adjustments they made at halftime weren't the right ones.
That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Anunoby. Lillard against Lowry. Lillard attacking. Yes, that goes in. Lillard's got 18 points in the game.
I love how Lillard takes the initiative on offense. I mean, Kev, he's a creative and talented guard who's been absolutely on fire.
Lowry passes to Ibaka. Outside for Lowry. Ibaka right side. Back to Siakam. Not going to go that time. Great D that time from Nurkic.
And the Blazers, one of the best offenses in the league. I mean, their guards can make most any shot. And they've got some glass eaters to chase down in the missions.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And the Blazers rely on their guards in McCollum and Lillard to generate, Chris, a lot of their offense.
You're sometimes right, Kevin, and it can even be to a fault at times. I mean, they need more offense from their front court. Guys who can pound the ball inside and generate some easy offense around the rim.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Marc Gasol's checked in for Ibaka. Monday Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Pascal Siakam. And Norman Powell subbed in for Fred VanVleet. Lowry finds Hollis-Jefferson. Right side Gasol. Shoots from 8. Little can't hit. Raptors trail by 10. Anunoby, good. Anunoby's got his third basket of the night.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Inside, Collins. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
This is where you want Collins to get the ball. He's a throwback kind of big man who thrives inside.
Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Trent passes to Simons. Now here's Little. He's tightly guarded. That shot is off. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Lowry passes to Anunoby. Over Collins. And the shot will not go from Anunoby. Pope loose. Toronto working the ball around now.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
Here's Trent. Lays it up off the glass. Trent's got 5 now.
Excellent work offensively to get that shot attempt into a can't-miss area.
Here's Hollis-Jefferson. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
Oh, great flow to that possession. Two players totally in sync with each other.
7 seconds left in the third quarter. From deep. And that one is off. And so it's Portland in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Makes it a tough play to defend because you also have to guard against him taking it himself.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On the court for the Trailblazers. Little out there with Collins. Then there's Whiteside. And it's Simons in at the point. Powell for 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Gasol inside. He's covered by Whiteside. Boucher passes to Gasol. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And the interior game of Gasol. I mean, he's had a number of ways to score from there.
Here's Trent. Good on the shot.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
The 3. They get it back.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Here now, the upcoming schedule for the Portland Trailblazers. On Sunday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Houston Rockets. Then on Tuesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And the matchup with the Timberwolves, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Siakam is checked in for Toronto. And VanVleet comes in for Kyle Lowry. Gasol with the steal. Siakam passes to Gasol. Davis against Lillard. Nurkic up top, and it's McCollum in the corner. Lillard from outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists in the game. Van Vliet with it. Now Anthony defending. Pass to Pop. Back to Van Vliet. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. Chris, you were a tremendous passer. One of my favorites. Are there more playmaking bigs in the NBA now than back in the day?
That's a good question. I don't know if there are more, but I tell you what, there are some exciting ones. If you guys don't believe me, just turn on the TV and go watch the Nuggets play. There's a man called the Joker, Jokic. Oh, my goodness, can he pass that ball? He and Horford right now, oh, man, 2 of my favorite passes in the game.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Anunoby kicks to Siakam. There's the pass to Van Vliet. It's tipped. It's McCollum with the drive. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Trailblazers lead by 10.
Ooh, what body control from McCollum. This guy's just a scorer. He takes on all comers.
Here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
Pass to Collins. Here's Van Vliet. Finished off the break.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but defensively, neither side has been able to adjust, and that's reflected in the score.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're in front by 6. We've got 1:48 left here in the 4th quarter. Chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for the Raptors. And Portland with a change here, too. Trent's checked in. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer Dick. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to make a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to review it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
You know, if you got game, you got game. And we're starting to see more players come from small schools and go on to become special talents like McCollum. You don't see it too often, but it's definitely start to happen. Shows you what happens when you put in the work.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
And that's why they're running plays for him. They're getting him the ball and letting him go to work.
An elite rim protector, Ibaka has the highly desired combination of athleticism and timing.
And it's Lowry penetrating, right on the bucket. And now just a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
Pass to Siakam. It's not going to go for him. And it's Portland the other way. Passes it to Lillard. It's McCollum on the wing, covered by Van Vliet. Here's Lillard, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Siakam.
better respect the interior game a little bit. He gets deep inside. He forces the defense to hit him.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. And so Siakam will bring it up for the Raptors. Ibaka outside. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it.
And this is where Ibaka's steely demeanor serves him well. No hesitation under pressure.
Here's Lillard. Siakam pulls it in. Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
You got to play mistake-free.
Money! And now they trail by just 4.
What a baller this young man is. Anunoby, even though he's young, he looks like a veteran in the clutch.
And Lillard kicks to Anthony. It's good.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
And the pass to Anunoby. Here's Van Vliet. Off target from the wing. And so it's Portland winning this one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
So you're going to want to keep your eyes out for that.
Blake, you and I know the community loves that competition in My Team. What did the devs give you in terms of insight into competitive My Team?
Well, you will be competing for championship rings in NBA 2K21. That's it. That's all I can say, but there will be more ways to play and compete in My Team.
I like the sound of that.
I know something that we're really excited about is that your
A sharp and confident-looking Raptors team coming down the... And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Powell.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Curry. He's out there with Doncic. Hardaway is out there with Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 4 slot. And for Toronto, Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Ibaka in at the 5. And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Knocked away. Here's Curry. Plays it up and banks it in.
This guy's a really clever penetrator. You have to be aware of Seth Curry's craftiness on the drive.
And you talk about this market of Toronto, Doris, it's been slept on for a long time.
No doubt, Greg, this is one of the biggest markets in North America. The Raptors are Canada's team, a country of over 37 million people. The Raptors ranked 4th last season in attendance.
And the shot goes in from Siakam.
Well, Pascal Siakam has such soft touch, and he uses his length to his advantage on the inside there.
Doncic left side. Over Lowry. That's good from Doncic on the assist by Curry.
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Now here's VanVleet. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game.
He is now 3 for 4 to start this game. Clearly, the confidence is already building.
Porzingis is double. Dallas moving it around. Here's Hardaway. And it's Toronto with the rebound. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Yeah, and defensively, boy, did they trust one another. Communicated well and just made it very difficult to get good looks in that one.
You knew they were on a string all night on the defensive end, and it always helps when someone got caught out of position, help was on the way.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. And there's the call on Curry. That's his first foul. Siakam looking around. Just 5 on the clock. Passes to Ibaka. The score now all even. A lot of opinions, Doris, on who may be named the coach of the year. When you look at the criteria for you when you're voting, what do you look at?
Well, obviously, you think about who has the best record. That's the first thing you look at. And what has contributed to that best record. But it isn't only about that, right? You have to consider, number one, what's the roster challenges that head coach may have had to overcome? Did he have to deal with any mid-season trades? There are so many things that go into making up a great year as a basketball coach in the NBA. So many things.
Davis is checked in for Toronto. Dallas also making some changes. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith, and it's Wright in for Seth Curry. And it's Davis with the ball for the Toronto Raptors. Pass to Siakam. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Boy, you look at all the athletes on this team. How about Pascal Siakam? This guy may be the fastest power forward in the NBA. And if you couple that with ball handling, this guy is tremendous in transition.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Marc Gasol is checked in for Ibaka. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson comes in for OG Anunoby. And Norman Powell subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Now here's Wright. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And the speed and quickness of Siakam, not just an asset in transition. Doris, defensively, he is something special.
There is no doubt. At 6'9", but he's got a 7'3" wingspan. Siakam's combination of length and mobility, tailor-made for the modern NBA.
Kleber with the bucket.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring, and Tim Hardaway says, you know what, my teammate's open, I'm going to get him the ball.
Hollis-Jefferson finds Gasol. Now the pass to Powell. Here's Hollis-Jefferson, guarded by Marjanovic. Outside Gasol. Pass to Powell. The Raptors need to get a shot. Siakam misses.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
It's stolen. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Siakam's got 11 points.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
Here's Marjanovic, and Marjanovic with the slam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now, here's Gasol. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Mavericks trail by 3. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Hardaway, no good. The Raptors have gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. That's tipped. Wright dishes to Hardaway. Over to the left wing. Here's Burke. Marjanovic kicks to Wright. Back to Marjanovic. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's Siakam. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Pascal Siakam getting it done. Marc Gasol so appreciated by his fans and certainly it's
just fun. You see more fans on the
and great to see so many different cultures and countries embrace the game.
Yes, and with players like Gasol having so much success, I think it helps give those Latino and Spanish-speaking fans a connection to the NBA.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
They just came into this game with the mindset of sharing the basketball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Dallas, You've got Burke. Also, J.J. Barea out there. Marjanovic is out there with Wright. And it's Kleba in at the 4 spot.
I'll tell you, that's a pretty pass. Barea is a spark plug, and he seems to make his teammates better whenever he's on the floor.
Knocks it loose. Dallas leading by 6.
We know this about the Dallas Mavericks. They will put every piece of data and information to use in terms of trying to get an advantage. Think about it, guys. They are now doing blood tests, trying to head off injury for their players. They believe this gives them a clearer picture into the overall health of their athletes.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Gasol. OG Anunoby comes in for Rondae Hollis-Jefferson. Fred VanVleet is checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Lowry in for Davis.
Clearly a foul.
And Doris, those blood tests you were talking about, always subject to player permission. They want to honor player privacy.
I think you have to, Kevin, and most of the Mavs have embraced it. These tests have the ability to measure almost 50 biomarkers. As an athlete, you're always trying to stay in peak form. As an organization, you're always trying to manage appropriately their workloads.
Doncic is checked in for the Mavericks. Ibaka, the pass to Lowry. Looking to end the run. The shot, no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Last time they came together was in Toronto, where they fell to the Raptors.
And they lost a close one last time they saw each other. And you have to think that it was the foul trouble that really kept them from getting the win.
Yeah, some of their starters had to take an early seat on the bench, and that ruined the rhythm and flow they were trying to establish.
Porzingis with the rebound. And so it's Barea with it. They'll bring it up for Dallas. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Doncic, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing. And some well-needed scoring. He stops a 13-0 run by Dallas.
That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And Ibaka slams it in.
And how about Ibaka getting off the floor for that dunk? What a great finish.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. Launches a 3. Offensive rebound. Kleba kicks to Finney-Smith. Here's Doncic. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
VanVleet passes to Anunoby. No good off the back of the rim. And here are the Mavericks now. They're on a 15-5 run here. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Ibaka, the pass to Boucher.
Boy, Ibaka is such a great teammate. This guy is always willing to find the open man.
Passes it to Barea. Porzingis kicks to Kleba. And Barea has it in the corner. It's good from long range. Barea's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often, and of course, he makes good use of it.
Now here's VanVleet, guarded by Barea. Back to VanVleet. Boucher passes to Anunoby. And his 3rd shot of the night, no good, 0 for 3. Doncic outside. But he stays with it. To the paint. On the wing, Doncic. Another 3 for Dallas.
Well, the Slovenian delivers from deep. Luka Doncic lets his outside shooting set up the rest of his well-rounded offensive game.
Now, here is Lowry. He picked up 21 points in their last win against the Utah Jazz.
He was also an excellent setup man as well. This guy was cutting the defense to shreds with incredible passing.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Here's Anunoby. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring hit from him. Left side Lowry. Pocket 6. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Barea, no good.
Boy, that's too easy to miss, but somehow he finds a way to do it.
And so it's Dallas. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've had such great ball movement and shot.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 14 points and 1 rebound. His great performance led. And that.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Right, Van Vliet out there with Lowry, and it's Anunoby in its small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Van Vliet looking around. Pass to Siakam. Outside Lowry. 6 to shoot. A leaner. Here these defensive coaches in our meetings, Doris, talk about their players staying on a string, helping the help defenders in this league are important.
No doubt, and there are certain guys who are gifted defensively. Paul George, to me, was a Defensive Player of the Year category. Rudy Gobert, multi-time winner of the Defensive Player of the Year. Rudy is considered a great shot blocker, and no question that's the case, but it's because his defensive rotation is so good. Guys like Marcus Smart, the ones willing to give up their body, fly around the floor, be great anticipators. I mean, that impacts winning.
Aren't they fun to watch?
So fun.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Marcus All's checked in for Ibaka. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson comes in for OG Anunoby. And Norman Powell subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. The putback, great positioning on the putback. Hardaway has got the lead up to 13 now for the Mavs.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And Gasol able to finish.
A great pursuit of the basketball from Marc Gasol. One thing we know is he will rebound out of his area.
And that one, good.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this is simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
A second chance effort. Siakam trying to free himself up. Gasol no good. Right side Hardaway. Again, the Mavericks score.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Gasol attacking. Powell, the pass to Siakam. That's no good. He's shooting 5 of 10 for the night. Mavericks leading by 15. Curry finds Doncic. From the arc. The Mavericks rebound.
Well, I think Hardaway Jr. has the kind of athleticism that allows him to be a contributor on the backboards.
Here's Hollis-Jefferson, guarded by Hardaway, and the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's his first foul. Hiring college basketball coaches has been kind of hit or miss, Doris. Why do you think that's so?
Well, obviously, coaching in college and coaching in the NBA are drastically different things. As a college coach, you've got to be concerned about the eligibility of your young men. You've got to be recruiting the next crop, even while you're coaching your current group and your current roster. In the NBA, you get to focus exclusively on coaching. You're not talking about recruiting. You're not having to deal with anything other than grown men who have a desire for greatness in the NBA. And I think so much of it doesn't necessarily mean success or failure, whether you come from college or not. Success in the NBA is a multifaceted proposition. So I don't necessarily define it as, oh, this guy came from college, this guy came from the European leagues, this guy has been an NBA assistant. So many things go into it, Kev.
Here's Gasol. Here's Hollis-Jefferson. And nothing is falling for him right now. Dallas leading by 19. Right. That one doesn't go. There's 1:26 left in the third quarter of the game. Raptors moving the ball around, and Siakam throws it down.
Pascal Siakam, the efficiency, the willingness to go ahead and pile up some points. Nicely done here.
As we approach the playoffs, let's now take a look at what is shaping up in the West. Let's take a look at Dallas. Right now, if the playoffs started, they would have the 7th seed.
You know, right now, Dallas, I love what they've been able to do this season. Last year, really just a struggle for them, but they've clearly put that behind them.
Oh, they're a different team this year for sure. They've got that confidence, that drive back. That was missing for so much of last year.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Siakam. OG Anunoby comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Norman Powell. The Mavericks also with a sub. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Porzingis. Curry finds Burke. Back to Curry, fires the three. And it's VanVleet with the rebound.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Out left to the wing. Burke, the pass to Wright. Back to Burke, puts up a three. The three ball. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. The pass to VanVleet. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And that 84% free throw percentage is a testament to all the hard work he's put in on the line.
Both shots good from the strike.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. And so here is Dallas. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's Dallas up by 16. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Boy, GA, how about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the floor for Dallas, DeJuan Wright is out there with Curry. Then there's Marjanovic. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Kleber in at the power forward.
And his defense, so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Raptors trail by 16. VanVleet gets to Gasol. Back to VanVleet. It's stolen by Curry. Marjanovic passes to Wright. Tries a three. And that one's good. Marjanovic has got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for Dallas. VanVleet finds Ibaka. Down low. And he converts the layup.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Mavericks leading by 17. Curry passes to Kleber. Marjanovic with it. Defended by Ibaka. Pass to Curry. Wright with it. 4 on the shot clock. Fires from deep. Here's Marjanovic. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
Some changes for Toronto. Pascal Siakam comes in for Marc Gasol. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Davis. And then for Dallas, Porzingis is coming in for Maxi Kleber. And Luka Doncic subbed in for DeLon Wright. Outside, Porzingis. They get a hand on it. Marjanovic kicks to Curry. Got a piece of it.
I'll tell you, Siakam has the ability to intimidate offensive players. How about that one? Send it back.
Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
His second personal, first team.
In Toronto, choosing their team name back in '94, the fans helped them narrow it down, and with dinosaurs all over the silver screen, it helped tilt things towards the Raptors.
And we all remember those early uniforms, those giant velociraptors across the front. Fortunately, they've toned it down a bit since then.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Siakam misses. Mavericks leading by 20. Curry finds Hardaway. Here's Finney-Smith. Second shot opportunity. Left side, Porzingis. 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range, an absolute bomb from three-point range. Doncic has got 6 in the quarter. Lowry drives in. Here's Ibaka. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 4 assists now tonight.
Well, a little bit of assertiveness from the native of Congo. Serge Ibaka has the green light.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Lowry brings the double. Passes it to Porzingis. Hardaway for 3. And it's Kyle Lowry with the rebound. Anunoby in the corner. Nailed from three-point land.
Wow, what an easy look Kyle Lowry creates for his teammates. One of the best setup men in the entire league.
And Doncic, here we go. It's good. Doncic has got 24 points.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Siakam misses. Mavericks leading by 20.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Mavericks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40.
And bragging rights between these teams were on the line today, and they put in some very good work to earn them.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Luka Doncic.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy. In attack mode all evening.
That one goes in.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Van Vliet, and the layup's good off the glass.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Curry kicks to Doncic. From deep. And it's Van Vliet with the rebound. And the foul called on Porzingis. That's foul number 2 for him. "17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. He gets it in there. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. Over in the corner, Lee. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home.